I'm Marisa McGrady. I'm the author of the Fairy Godmother's Growth Guide, and today marks exactly 1 week until the Fairy Godmother's Growth Guide is available for purchase. Its publication date. I'm celebrating by reading it at the Rocks by the Water, which is where I wrote a lot of the content in this book, and making my first vlog for YouTube. I'm going to talk to you about ADHD, about classism and beauty standards, how emotional I feel about my book coming out and why, and offer you bits of encouragement, love, and support along the way, because that ultimately is what I am all about and what my book is all about. Though this clip will be at the start of the video, I am filming it at the end of getting ready, making breakfast, vlogging. So this is my little intro, and then I'm gonna take you back to earlier this morning where we are gonna get ready together and then land here at the Rocks by the Water. Thank you for being here, and let's get the day started.
Good morning. I slept in my makeup, but I took my Adderall, so I'm ready. I gotta take all this off and go do skincare and actual makeup. So yeah, let's go get ready to go to my little writer's haunt and go hang out at the water by the rocks. Just kidding, my room is a disaster and it needs to be cleaned. My desk, I'm supposed to be able to type and write over there. As you can see, I can't do that. Look, it's my book. There's my mom. I love my book so much. The cover is so pretty. What's so unfortunate about clutter like this is that it does not ever take me that long to clean, but it looks so overwhelming, so I avoid doing it, which then makes it worse and makes it take longer to clean, and it's just a very vicious cycle. But this is not gonna take that long to clean. I'm gonna do it lickety-split. I am not gonna do it lickety-split. I need to eat. I have so little energy. This is what it's like. This is a realistic morning as the Adderall hits. My ability to manage my time and specifically organize my tasks in the most efficient, productive, necessary way possible, not present before the meds hit. And then as the meds hit, things start to shift in my mind. But as I start to feel motivation, I want to tackle whatever task is the most immediate appearing around me. So I'll be like, oh, I know I should eat first, but I'm right here. Let me clean my office space. And then I do that for 5 minutes and then I'm like, I'm exhausted. I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm like, yeah, that's because you didn't eat. So I'm gonna make myself eat first, then clean, then wash my face, then get ready and go to work. Most important meal of the day, serving it up Gary's way. Food, fueling your body, eating intuitively, and accepting yourself the way that you are very important to me. I don't really talk about calories, weight, serving size, anything like that. What I focus on is nutrients, trying to make sure that I feel fueled by the food that I eat, but also that I enjoy the food that I eat, because food is not just fuel. It's a way that we express culture, tradition, creativity. It's a way that we connect with the people around us. Yes, fuel your body. Yes, get your veggies in, your protein in, but also make a breakfast that you like, because it doesn't matter how nutritious something is at the end of the day if you're not gonna eat it. So make sure that yes, you eat your breakfast because you deserve fuel and food for your body, but also you deserve something tasty. All right, let's get cracking. You get it? Okay, well, you know what? That shell is in one piece. Oh, it's so not. If at first you don't succeed, try again. This is a little fork household. I am not using the big forks. If you know, you know. If you're watching this, by the way, thank you so much for being here. Tell me your name. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am very new to long form content. I've been on TikTok and Instagram for a long time. You might know me as the Fairy Godmother or the girl who did the Godzilla cover. And in addition to being a self-love, self-care, and self-acceptance advocate and focusing on making eating a healing experience, I am also a big believer in community. I care so much about the people that connect with me online, because when I first started making content in 2020, it was during the height of the pandemic, and I made it specifically with the goal of forming communities, because I wanted a way to connect with people and have human interactions in ways that were safe during peak COVID, because I really missed just talking to people, and that's really all I've ever wanted. I want to make people feel good, I want to make myself feel good, and I want to talk to people and let them know that they're loved, and yeah. So thank you for being here. I'm gonna fish this shell out of my eggs now. All right, you shells. This town ain't big enough for the both of us. Also, maybe should have mentioned this in my little introduction earlier. I do have diagnosed ADHD. I've had diagnosed ADHD since right before I left for college. Would have been really sick, really sweet to get it diagnosed when I was younger, but God's plan. Okay, anyway. I have diagnosed ADHD, I have diagnosed PTSD. I'm very open about my mental health. I've been in therapy for a long time. And while I am very open about my mental health, I don't really like discussing triggering things in detail ever. But if I'm going to discuss something that could potentially be triggering in a general way, I will always put a warning for that. And if I ever don't, please call me out. In fact, if I ever make any kind of mistake, please let me know, because like I said, I care about community. I care about you and the people here. And I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I'm very flawed. I've made mistakes before. I'll make mistakes again. And I used to be really scared of making mistakes. Fear of imperfection used to paralyze me and give me great levels of debilitating anxiety every day. But one of the ways that I've gotten over that is by accepting that mistakes are inevitable, and all I can really do is make a good faith effort every day to truly do no harm and do only good. And when I mess up, the best way to do that is to take accountability for what I've done, reflect on it, learn, and try to do better next time, and be open and honest. But anyway, let's get back to cracking. I like to scramble my eggs, and yes, I am crouching on the ground. Let's move past it. I like to scramble my eggs until they're like airy and bubbly. I don't know if it's technically correct to say that's aerating them or not, but that's the move. I did musical theater in high school, in case you can't tell that from everything about me. My favorite role I ever did was Ursula in The Little Mermaid. I also played Queen Agravain in Once Upon a Mattress. Anyway, time to fry. Well, scramble. I'm making scrambled eggs, I'm not making fried. Sorry, I did not mean to lie to you. Turmeric is good for your immune system, which I need help with because I have a lot of sinus problems. Salt because it tastes good and that's my business. Cheese because it tastes good and that's my business, and I love cheese. Me and cheese are like this. You could never make me hate her. For veggies, I like to add baby spinach. Listen, this looks like a lot of spinach. This is gonna shrink down to nothing, to 0 spinach. Then I add white onion and red bell pepper that I chopped and meal prepped last week. By the way, if you want a video on how to meal prep stuff accessibly for ADHD to make your life easier, let me know. And this is for flavor with the onion, but also just for nutrients. Ooh, hey, my spinach has left the chat. She's out of there. She's gone, bye-bye. You hear that, Sybil? Wow. I got this orchid for my roommate Meredith recently. These are all her little plant propagations. These 3 come from this dude right here. He needed a trim. He was feeling a little crowded in there. I got these pink jars for a Barbie movie party that I hosted over the summer, and they have found no use since then, so she's been using them to propagate. Gonna give them a flip. Whatcha? Hitcha! By the way, I have 4 roommates. These are my babies. This is Hugh, this is Meredith, this is Chandler, this is Lee. They are each the loves of my life, as is my best friend Leonie and her mom Jensine, as is my little brother Mike and my mama Jenny. It's funny because me and Leonie are best friends and both of our moms go by Jen. I got too excited to talk to you about my roommates and I burned my Taylor ham. Rest in peace, brother. Breakfast! I got my big old pile of egg, full of vegetables and seasonings and cheese. But yeah, I love and adore my roommates. They are all wonderful people. We've been living together for about 2 years now. Lee has a dog named Indy. Meredith has a dog named Maisie, but we call her Pony. We also just recently brought into the home the cat Wingfeet. Personally, I'm a cat girly. I think when people meet me, they think I'm a dog person because cards on the table. I talk a lot. I'm a yapper. I yap. Yapatron, even. But I am a cat person. I love dogs. There's something about a cat. They are so intelligent and they are also often a little bit more choosy with who they trust deeply. Cats are very affectionate. Dude, I'm trying so hard to force this down because I know I need energy. I know I need to eat. And I like this food. This is food that I like. But it is so difficult to eat sometimes after you've taken your ADHD meds. I used to struggle with disordered eating. I've been in recovery for a long time at this point. And recovery is never linear. It's been a very up and down battle. But for the past 2-ish years, I've been in a really good place consistently where I haven't really struggled with restriction or binging in the way that I used to. It's frustrating to try and balance PTSD, disordered eating recovery, and ADHD because the different treatments and medications for each impact each other. Taking my ADHD meds messes with my appetite, and so I know I need to eat, but then it makes it hard to eat physically, which then can trigger disordered eating recovery stuff, and it's just a whole thing. Anyway, I got interrupted eating breakfast because my phone ran out of storage, and I'm trying to deal with iCloud, so I'm gonna have to speed this along. I can't continue to just yap it up. I told you, Yapatron. I'm gonna go clean real quick. I really don't wanna clean. I so genuinely don't wanna do it. But I know that if I do it, even just 5 minutes of it, it will be so much less stressful for me to walk into my office. I'm gonna make myself clean just for 5 minutes. And that's my bargain with myself because I really don't wanna do it at all. I wanna skip it entirely and let it just continue to accrue and get worse. But I'm not gonna do that because I'm not gonna be avoidant. I'm gonna be present and in command, and you can too. So if there's something you really don't wanna do, come on, we're gonna get up, we're gonna do it together for just 5 minutes, set a timer, that's it. Afterwards, you can have a little treat, a little piece of candy, do a little fun thing you wanna do, you know? It's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna go clean for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna take off my makeup, do my skincare, put on new makeup, then go make content, and slay. Let me know what you're doing today, and don't say nothing. Even if you're like, oh, I'm doing nothing because you're in bed, that means that you're resting, and you need rest. You deserve rest. Tell me what you're doing today. Let's go. Cleaning stresses me out sometimes because it's never as simple as just pick thing up and put thing away. There's other steps. For example, these clothes are clean. Theoretically, I should be able to pick them up and put them away, but I can't because there's a box here. What's in the boxes? My book. And so I have to figure out a place to put the boxes with the book. And all the places where I would put the boxes with the books are covered with other crap, other clutter. Cleaning this for 5 minutes feels mentally overwhelming because there's so much other crap I would have to do to be able to sufficiently clean this. But we're gonna improvise, we're gonna adapt, we're gonna overcome. So I'm just gonna leave the boxes there, even though it drives me a little bit crazy to think about doing, because I hate it. But we're gonna leave the boxes there, and I'm just gonna pick up the clean clothes fold them, and put them in the drawers of my room. And that's gonna be it, because that's all I can do right now, because I have already taken like over an hour and a half making breakfast, dealing with my phone and my external hard drive. So I'm gonna just clean for 5 minutes, then do my skincare, then do my makeup, then go make content and write for the rest of the day. Because as I said, I am a content strategist and an author. What I am not is a Nepo baby, a trust fund baby, or someone who influences and makes millions of dollars. I am a working girl. 9 to 5. I also went to college. I have my bachelor's degree in multimedia journalism, and I worked in the corporate world as a content strategist before I became an author and self-employed individual. So I can sing 9 to 5 if I want. 9 to 5. I'm gonna grab the towels first, fold them, and put them away. I thought there were so many more towels that needed to be folded. It's just 2. I did my 5 minutes of cleaning and I got the thing cleared off. Is it perfect? No. Is it better? Yes. And that's what matters. We don't need to be perfect. We just need to try and do our best. Slept in makeup, remove. So now that we are sufficiently glowy, let's go do makeup. I don't know what it's like in other parts of the world, but America cares a lot about teeth. Particularly about teeth being very white, very straight. And I think it's kind of classist, if I'm being honest, because braces are very expensive and teeth whitening is very expensive. Even if you take really good care of your teeth and you don't have things like braces stains and you brush them all the time and you grew up doing that, your teeth are still not going to be bone white, especially if you drink coffee, if you smoke, if you do things like that. And even if you take really good care of your teeth, not everyone has the money or desire to get their teeth bleached often. Teeth bleaching can hurt and like weaken your enamel. For argument's sake, let's say even if you took care of your teeth really well and had somehow naturally bone white teeth, if they weren't straight, Americans would act like that's weird too. Again, don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but the intersections between class, race, gender, size, and beauty standards, at least in the United States, fascinate and annoy and anger me. All that to say, I don't have pearly whites, but I brushed my teeth today and I took care of myself, and that's what matters. Plus, your smile and my smile are not beautiful because our teeth are perfect. What makes our smiles beautiful is the joy, love, and humanness behind them. By the way, any products that you see me use in this video or that I talk about by name are not sponsored. I bought them with my own money that I work for. If I'm ever doing a sponsorship, I will disclose it, as I am legally obligated to. Sometimes the rules about disclosing sponsorships are hard to understand. Like, for example, for my very first sponsored videos on TikTok, I didn't know if I had to say in the video, this is sponsored or this is an ad, or if I could put it on screen, or if I just had to put the hashtag ad and not say anything else. It was confusing, and sometimes brands are not very transparent with you about what the actual laws are, because they want to try and get away with looking like something is an organic piece of content, but really it's a sponsored post. I am not saying that to attack any influencers out there. It is confusing sometimes. But if you ever hear me talk about a product and I don't say I was sent this is sponsored, or any of that, if I'm just talking about it, I bought it, I use it. You can see how messy this is. I use this every day. Every day that I wear makeup anyway. This is the Ulta Beauty Weightless Water lip stain in some color that I have long since peeled off. You know, this is clearly well loved. I've got like this much left. I like this. It lasts all day. It gives a nice undercoat of color to any kind of product you want to put over it, or if you're just a chapstick and go girly, this will give you a nice little like pink tint under your chapstick. It's the only lip tint / stain that I've ever tried. I know there are issues with certain lip tints or stains drying people's lips out. I don't have that issue with this, and again, I'm a sensitive skin girly. Oh my gosh. This color with just my base is kind of giving from Monsters Inc., that guy who is stuck in the chair. All in good fun. I think I'm a lovely gal. It's just, you know, you got to have a sense of humor. I'm really so excited to show y'all this outfit. I've been really into fantasy and Renaissance outfits that you're able to wear in your daily life recently. So things that aren't too restrictive in terms of movement. And this one really takes the cake. She's so beautiful. It's such a functional outfit that I wore it to church. Did I get some looks? Yes. But God said I slay. I was raised Catholic and then distanced myself from the church for a long time as an adult because I do not believe in a lot of the church's political teachings. Both because I think they're morally wrong and also because they contradict themselves. In 2020, during lockdown, I got into New Age spirituality, as a lot of people did. It was good in a lot of ways, but it ended up being unhealthy for me in the end after a few years because I got to a point where I felt like I had no autonomy. I felt apprehensive about making decisions, big or small, in my own life without consulting tarot cards, for example, and I was like, look, this is unhealthy and not good for my mental health. I was 20, turning 21 when I found New Age spirituality. I am 24, turning 25 now, and one of the ways that I have grown over the past 4 years is trying to be a more selfless person and focus more on what I can do for others, which is something that honestly scared me for a little while because I've been in a lot of traumatic situations in my love life and also from my childhood in which my needs were weaponized against me or neglected and a lot of other things. And so there was this fear within me that if I didn't prioritize myself, I would be hurt or neglected or abandoned. And as I started to heal that trauma, I was like, hey, there are people in your life that you trust and that you love and that love you and that have proven that they will not hurt you and that you can be vulnerable with them and that are helping you heal. So for those people, how can you be more selfless in your relationships with them? And that's how it started. And from that, it's grown into how can I be more selfless holistically, because I am secure and healed and confident enough in my self-concept to know when I'm being manipulated versus when I'm not. And so I can be holistically, generally, a more selfless person across the board and not as worried about, oh, what if someone abuses me or takes advantage of me? Because I trust myself now, and so I trust that I will be able to spot that for what it is and not allow it to continue. So with that in mind, one of the things that really pushed me over the edge of wanting to stop being involved in New Age spirituality is I think a lot of the rhetoric around New Age spirituality and the communities, at least that I've seen perpetuated online, are very selfish. I don't think they're very selfless. I want to clarify that I am talking specifically about New Age spirituality here, again, in online communities, not a lot of the ancient religions or practices that New Age spirituality. Dude, I have been arguing with iCloud and storage for like the whole entire day, and my phone just keeps shutting down. Anyway, I said all of that to say certain New Age spiritual communities that I found online, particularly during the height of the pandemic, felt very selfish to me, even if it was masked with good intentions, you know, like advocating for yourself and manifesting your best life and reaching your abundance and all those wonderful things that I think can be a good thing. When they're taken too far, they make you think about the world in a self-first way, in my experience. And it's something that I kind of wanted to move away from, if that makes sense. So anyway, long story short, I've been going back to church for a few weeks now. I still don't believe in the political beliefs of the church, but there's a Franciscan church in my town that does a lot of really important work, feeding those in need and offering shelter to those in need. If you're unaware, the Franciscans are a specific type of Catholic that don't really care as much about, you know, fancy stained glass windows and ivory statues. They specifically use any money that they get to put it back into the community, or they're supposed to. And that's something that I really care about. So I was going to get dressed and take you with me to go look at some lovely rocks by the water while I finish annotating one of my author copies of my book from one of my friends. But this storage problem on my phone has made it so that I cannot continue to film. So I think this is gonna be the end of the vlog today, unfortunately, because I've just gotta get my tech situation under control. But if I'm able to turn it around, we'll see. Good morning. I slept in my makeup. Sound familiar? Me and my computer and phone got into it yesterday because my phone like just ran out of storage and stopped working. There was no, you're almost out of storage warning or anything. It was like, you're just out of storage. And I ended up having to uninstall and reinstall a bunch of apps and go through so many years of photos and videos to get rid of them. But we come to you live this morning from my bedroom where Winkmaster has decided to hang out.
Winky, what are you doing?
I normally do not sleep in my makeup. I normally don't sleep in my makeup 2 nights in a row. I'm normally very on top of it about my skincare. But I've been really frustrated this week. A lot of things feel like they're out of my control right now. I don't know where my next paycheck is coming from. I'm trying to get the pre-order numbers up for my book. It's not going the way I want it to go. I don't really know what's going on in my love life. My mom is still overseas. There's just a lot of things that are out of my control, and I felt like my content was the one thing that I could control. After spending the entire day yesterday, and I do mean 7 hours, trying to free up storage on my phone, then trying to free up storage on my laptop so I can edit. I was able to free up enough storage on my phone that I can film again, and enough storage on my laptop that I can edit again. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. We're going to try again today, and it's okay. Things don't always go the way that we plan. There's that old saying, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And there's my favorite quote from one of my favorite movies, The Road to El Dorado. Well, there's your plan and then there's the God's plan. And I needed to get my storage fixed anyway because it was going to eventually be a problem. And so I'm glad that I got it fixed now and out of the way. The weather is more sunny today, so you'll be able to really see the way that the light shines on the water by the rocks, which is one of my favorite things about it. And it's colder today, so I won't overheat in my pretty little outfit. So we're gonna try again. We got this. My hair is done, my makeup is done, and I am dressed. I cannot wait to show you this outfit. I'm so excited about it. But first, so I did a kind of half up thing with my hair, and wait till you see the back. So I put these ribbons on each side where I have the face framing, and then I tied them together in the back. It's made another little bow. I love it so much. This is the full fit. It's an apricot stay with an apricot little ruffle dress. I paired it with this really pretty little ring, this ring, and this little necklace that I have. And like I said, I used the ribbons. I got both of these on Amazon and tried to match them together. Like I got the stay and then I was like, apricot dress with sleeves. And I was worried they wouldn't match, but they ended up matching really well. Like it hits almost exactly where the waist is. There's a little final ruffle at the top of the waist for this dress, and the stay hits right where the waist is. Like I said yesterday, I'm an author. I'm not really great at the influencer stuff, but I think I do have an Amazon storefront. And so if I do, I will link these things in my Amazon storefront and put it in the description. Anyway, I'm gonna pack my little backpack. Dude, this is the best body lotion ever. If you know, you know. I'm gonna pack my backpack. I got my tripod, I got my battery, and my book. And so let's go. I just had to stop driving, pull over to the side of the road and park and make sure that I had not left my backpack on top of my car before I pulled away. I didn't. She's secure. She's back there. But if you're wondering, you know, it's just the little things that make ADHD so special. I'm at a red light, don't worry. Don't film and drive. No vlogging and driving. Eyes on the road, hands at 2 and 10. Anyway, I also need to swing by either the post office or the UPS store because I need to mail one of the copies of my book to one of my author friends and mutuals. I've actually never met her in real life. Let me not lie and call her like a formal friend. But she's someone that I consider a friend. We're mutuals online. Her name is Kristen. She's the CEO of Power Positivity, and she made a journal, like a daily positivity journal that was really helpful to me in, I believe, 2021 and 2022, but like a year and change out of the isolation part of COVID while I was trying to get my life back on track. And I really look up to her and her message and what she does. And so I'm really excited that she is allowing me to send her a copy of my book. Just being able to send her a copy of the book is like a huge win in my brain. I'm like, wow, she said yes. But if she gives me a review, oh my gosh. Before we drop off the book and then head to the Rocks by the Water, however, I am picking up Jensine and Leonie's coffee order from our local coffee shop. Support your local coffee shops. Leonie is my best friend, by the way, and Jensine is her mom. I call Jensine Mama. And my mom is calling me! My mom lives and works overseas. We don't often see each other, and I only get to talk to her on the phone about once a week because there's like a 9-hour time difference, but I'm going to talk to my mom. I'll be right back. We're making a pit stop at Chipotle so I can get some food. It is such a beautiful day out. By the way, I was really anxious to go in my outfit into the Chipotle because I live in a small town in South Carolina, and when I went in, people were looking at me and I was like, oh man, I bet they're bullying me in their brains. But then when I went up to order my food, every single person who touched my bowl in the Chipotle line said, your dress is pretty, or I like your shirt. So just remember, just because people are looking at you does not mean they're being mean to you in their brains. They might be zoned out. They might be being nice to you in their brain. They might think you're pretty. They might like your outfit. They might think your hair is cool. They might be wondering what your shirt says. Or again, they might just be zoned out thinking about something completely unrelated to you. But do not assume the world is going to be unkind to you. And do not let your brain bully you into being someone that you're not. This is the most authentic that I have felt in a hot minute in terms of how my clothing reflects my personality. And even though it's scary, I am happy that I am dressed the way that I feel. So without further ado, let's go. Let's ride. We're here. I'm so excited to show y'all this. Dude, it was such a long winter too. I'm excited to be here. I haven't gotten to be here in the warm weather in quite some time. I'm also feeling a little emotional right now because in March 2023, I was going through a breakup of a really just not stellar relationship. And I hadn't yet written my book. I had been contracted to write it, but just couldn't get myself to do it. I felt like such a failure. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I was so miserable. And now in March 2024, I am so happy. I got blood work back from my doctor, and for the first time in my life, I'm actually in really amazing health, like holistically across the board, physical, mental, and emotional. I'm achieving one of my lifelong dreams. I have an incredible community of amazing roommates and friends. I just got off a 3-way phone call with my little brother and my mom. My relationship with my family has never been healthier and happier. It's such a beautiful day out. The sky is so blue, and I have the freedom and ability to go enjoy this day and eat my favorite food and do what I want to do with my life. And I just feel so overwhelmed with gratitude because there were so many times that for the first 21 years of my life, I basically lived every day thinking, hey, it doesn't matter because in a year you'll be dead. I really struggled to think that I would make it past 15 and then past 18 and then past 20 and then past 21. And I'm just so glad that I didn't, that I am still alive, which is an incredible thing to say because there were so many years where I was like, I wish I wasn't alive. And right now I'm like, thank God I'm alive. Thank God, because wow, what a beautiful day, and what wonderful friends, and what good family. And I wrote my book. And my outfit is so cute. What if I'd never made it to see this outfit? What if I'd never made it to see the ribbons in my hair? And it sounds ridiculous. It does. But to go from financial instability and constant death and illness and tragedy surrounding your life and abuse in your life, and struggling with substances and all of these other issues, to being sober and healthy and happy and supported and confident and safe and feeling fulfilled, is, if you feel like it doesn't matter, I'm gonna die soon anyway, or I'm not gonna be alive this time next year anyway, I'm so sorry. I know how that feels. That's how I lived the majority of my life. I'm 24 and I lived that way up until 21. So this is a very new feeling to me. And you know, from 21 to 24 was not like this. It took like 2 years of work, but where I was in March 2023 and where I am now in March 2024 are so drastically different in the most wonderful, magical way possible. And if I had not made the choice to keep going, I would not be alive to see these days and feel this joy and peace and safety that I feel right now, that I deserve to feel and that you deserve to feel. From the bottom of my heart, I see you, I feel you, I have been where you have been before, even though everyone's journey is unique and you are dealing with your own unique struggles. And for that, I am so sorry. But please, you deserve to live and see what life can be like when you make it out of survival mode. So sorry for that quick little emotional, dramatic moment. But also, and thank you so much to everyone who's been on this journey with me and part of my community since 2020 online. I think a lot of people look at social media and think it's this stupid or self-centered or pointless thing, and it's not any of those things for me. For me, it was a lifeline to other people, specifically to communities of people who uplifted each other and practiced self-love and practiced self-acceptance. And I don't think I would be who I am today without you, without anyone who's ever commented on one of my videos and requested that I write a poem. I wrote those poems for you, but I wrote them for me as well. And so every step of the way, when I've been, oh God, when I've been working to help other people feel better, I've been working to help me feel better too. And so from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for helping me change my life. And please let me help you change yours. Please stay. Please live. You deserve to see what life can be like, because it can be better. It can. I promise. Oh goodness. Okay, well, I better not ruin my makeup. So let's get this together. Let's, whew, girl, get back in there too. And those poems and those ideas about self-love and self-acceptance and healing from trauma, that's what my book, The Fairy Godmother's Growth Guide, is all about. And it comes out in 1 week. And I'm so excited and so grateful and so happy to be alive. And oh no, please. Like, my nails are long. For anyone who's known me for my entire life, I have been a nail biter. My nails used to be down to the nubs. And for the first time in my life, my nails, you can see grow, like the little white parts of the nails at the top. I have nails, and it's because I'm happy and I feel safe. I don't feel anxious every day. I don't wake up crying anymore. And it's just, oh, it's a lot to process in the car. But we're here, so I'm gonna get my Chipotle and my book and my backpack, and I'm gonna take you to the rocks by the water where the magic happens, baby. Look at the sky. Look. It's so beautiful, so magical, so mystical. Wow. Here we are, my little writer's haunt. The rocks by the water. Ugh, I love this place so much. It is the most amazing place in the world to come right. Are those ducks? Oh my God. Do you see the ducks? Hi, friends. Thank you for letting me stand so close to you. You look so beautiful today. Look how magnificent this place is. Are you kidding? I think I'm gonna cry again. I just feel so lucky to be alive. Has there ever been a more perfect place to write? I don't think so. Look at where this rock is in the middle of this tiny little pond. You're telling me that's not for me to sit on and write poems? Of course it is. Why else is it here? This is truly the most magical place on earth to me. Do you see that little bird taking a bird bath in the stream? What could possibly be more magical, more mystical, more lovely? Look at him.
To be a bird enjoying the water on a sunny day. Hello, bird. You are so lovely. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I am so excited to share this book with you. I'm so excited to be alive. I'm so excited that you're alive. And this book truly would not be possible without you, which is why it is dedicated to you, my dear. You are the reason that I am here. And if you'll indulge me, I would love to read you a quick thing from the acknowledgement section, which is where you thank everyone who helped the project come to light or come into fruition. Thank you to every person who has requested or suggested a poem, shared their story in my comments section, encouraged others in our community, and allowed me to be their fairy godmother. Thank you for making magic with me. I would not be who I am today without you, if you had not gone on this healing journey towards self-love with me. So truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being here, for letting me write for you and make videos for you and comfort you and dress up for you. Thank you for being my friend. Oh God, there's a red cardinal over there. He's been watching me the whole time. I know lots of different cultures have different interpretations of red cardinals, but for me, red cardinals are very heavily associated with my grandpa and grandma, who are not with us anymore, and I miss them so much every day. One of the poems in my book is about unconditional love. It goes, "My love is not something you must earn. You already have it. You always have and always will. I have loved you since before time began. And when time ends, I will love you still." It was just really cool to see that just now. Like, he's with me. She's with me, you know? Okay, sorry, I've cried enough on your feed today. I'm just a boy. I'm just, at heart, I'm just a lad. Thank you for being here. Have a magical day. You can pre-order the Fairy Godmother's Growth Guide at the link in my description box. Yeah, that's it.